Happy Monday, you guys. I am, excited. We have a week left in the month of March. So, the 31st is next Monday. So exactly 7 days. I want to just ask you a question. So when you started out March 1, did you set an intention? Now, I hope you all know what that means, right? It's your goal, but it's not just a goal, right? It's an intention of what you perceived in your mind before you did it, what you wanted to happen, and you visioned it, you imagined it, and then you got into action to make it happen. So what was your intention? Did you have one? I mean, honestly, you guys, it is so important to show up for your Mary Kay, to show up for your business, to show up for yourself. And when I say that, I hope that you take a second right now and think about that. Are you showing up for your Mary Kay? Now, there are so many ways that we do our business. We've talked about it a million times. Whether you're new, whether you're in the middle, whether you've been in a million years, whether you're making a comeback, right? What is your intention? Now, maybe you just love using your Mary Kay products, but we hear about the term brand ambassador. Are you your own brand ambassador? Are you using your Mary Kay? And I think that can sometimes get hard if we're not leaving our house, if we're not going somewhere. But there still is social media. And if you have your Facebook page or you're on Instagram, are you showing up? Are you showing up? Now, there are things called stories. There are things called reels. There are things called posts. And if you know what that is or you're using that, great. If you're not super, super good with that, but maybe you've done it a little bit, great. Let me know. Post a comment. Let me know. Do you do that? Because if you're sharing videos or you're sharing pictures or you're sharing posts and they are other things, they're, animals or food or whatever, that's great. That's fine. But are you posting something about Mary Kay? If I went and called you right now, does your voice message say anything about you being a beauty expert, a skincare expert, anything to lead somebody to believe that you are an expert or that you have a business? If I called you and listened to your voicemail, does it tell me? And it doesn't have to say, hey, this is Lisa, I'm your Mary Kay consultant. It could say that. It could say, hey, this is Lisa. I hope you're having a great day. And remember, I'm your beauty expert, all things skincare. Reach out to me if you have any needs or questions. It could not even say Mary Kay. It could say something like that. I'm just asking because are you in stealth mode? And if you are in stealth mode, let's ask yourself why. Maybe you don't know how to make a message on your cell phone. I honestly, the phone that I have, it routed my past message on there. I don't even know what my message says. I should listen to it. I know I get lovely comments from people that love my message, but I don't know that I would even know how to go re-record it right now on the phone that I have. I think it transferred over from my last phone. So maybe you got a new phone and your message didn't transfer over and you don't even realize that it's like the generic robot that just says leave a message. So even if it's the robot, you want to change that, right? Even if it doesn't say Mary Kay, you want it to be personal. So, again, unless you're hiding out, and that's maybe you are, I don't know, but let's create an experience for somebody, even when they just are calling you. Are they instantly putting a smile on their face because they love to hear your voice? So don't be in stealth mode. Let's get really good at letting people know what we do and that we're the person that they can get it from, right? So again, social media is really tricky. Facebook is really tricky. Instagram is really tricky because people don't see everything you post. I just want you to know that. You could post the same thing over and over and over and over. And I mean, I've had it happen where a month later somebody sees my post for the first time. That's very interesting. So don't think that you're overdoing it with people. Also know that when you are commenting on other people's Facebook groups, Facebook posts, that keeps the algorithm going where you're going to see their posts more. So if you have people on Facebook, and don't just post a generic reply, okay? Look at what they're saying or what they're asking, and then actually answer or talk to them, okay? Don't just be like, looks great, or this is good, right? Actually say something about yourself to them. Have a conversation. It really can be tricky. And so I also have to say, there's a few of us that are on multiple social media platforms. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on TikTok. We are on different things. I have a YouTube channel. You guys know, like if you're not here on Facebook, there's some consultants that aren't. They can watch me because I'm posting this. Now I'm going to be getting ready to redo my YouTube channel or set up a second one. I got stuck on trying to set up a second one. And that's the thing. Social media can be time consuming. So make sure that you are not spending too much time there during the day. Give yourself a set amount of time to figure something out. And then don't be afraid to reach out. You guys, last week, my printer stopped working. In the middle of a print, it stopped working. And then when I tried to check my printer queue, it led to Microsoft, which led to I couldn't get into Word. I couldn't get into Excel spreadsheets. All of a sudden, I was losing everything on my computer, and I didn't freak out. I didn't do my normal. I literally went to Bible study on Wednesday and said, hey, does anybody know of a computer person? I said, no, my computer's being crazy, and I'm trying to figure it out without giving it too much time. And somebody there had a computer guy. Well, then that reminded me that I knew somebody that did computer work and reached out to him. And in less than 20 minutes, he had everything fixed. And it wasn't like, I thought I was going to, like, it could have been bad with my laptop, but all of my laptop, everything got fixed. But we couldn't figure out, the printer, it was an issue with the printer, but I decided to Marie Kondo my printer. I loved it for all of the wonderful gifts it gave me over the years. And I said goodbye to my printer. I took it over to Office Depot and traded it in for a new printer, got money back on it. And I have a brand new printer. And it's tiny. It's not even as big as my old one. And it's working. I got it all set up. And, the thing is that I was ready to spend hours and hours and hours on it. So I have done that with my YouTube channel. When you run into problems or issues with technology, I just want you to know, I personally am always thinking it's me because I don't know that much about technology. And I have found that sometimes it's not operator error. There actually are issues or things that we just can never figure out. And so don't waste a lot of time with that. Go ahead and reach out to somebody. And it could be something super simple. I can help you with super simple things. I know my daughter Christina was laughing at me the other day because I offered to help somebody who had lost their Facebook, and she's like, yeah, like you could figure it out. But sometimes there are some things, because I am in this platform a lot. I am in Facebook a lot. So there are some things that I can figure out easily, or that I know what's going on, and maybe I can't help you because we don't live close by, but I can at least tell you what's happening and you can get it fixed. But back to social media and back to your business. So if you are on social media, I'm going to suggest to you, if you are on Facebook, and that is where you have your community, that is where your friends and family are, I want to remind you that social media is not what it used to be. Okay. It's not, I mean, it could be, if you don't have a business, it could just be where you're like, hey, I went to lunch today. Okay, that's great. And you can still do that. But I am going to challenge you, if you are in Mary Kay, to think about your social media as a marketing tool, because honestly, that is now what it is set up to be. It has completely shifted from what it was before. And that's why the algorithms are weird. That's why things are very funky with how people see your posts and all of that. It is set up to be a marketing tool. So if you are sitting there and say you are just not good at going live, or you don't want to go live, or whatever, there are so many people out there that are not doing videos of themselves. Maybe their hand is like, showing something, but their face isn't on there. So I am going to challenge you to get back to what I talked about with intention. And I want to have you think about what it is that you could do. Mary Kay, if you are on Facebook and you're in the Mary Kay page, or you're on the My Mary Kay page, all you have to do is put your thumb over it if you're on your phone, and you copy it. You can copy the text, you click on the picture, and then you just put it on your phone, and then you just repurpose everything, you guys. You can just use what's already there. You don't have to create anything new. So my challenge to you is to actually post. Now, here's the deal. If I said post something every single day of the week, 5 days, for the next 5 days, I would want you to also post something that's not Mary Kay. So that would be posting twice a day. Are you able to do that? Maybe you're not. So if that's not the case, then what can you do? What can you do? I want you to decide, and then I want you to set an intention, and then let's go for it. Okay. So at the beginning of the month, what was your intention with your business? So let's get back to that. Are you selling Mary Kay? Do you have an intention of selling? Now, this month we had a $20 sign up. Did you have an intention of getting people to join your team this month? Because it's only $20. So if you have an intention to just sign people up, okay, this has happened before. Last year in March, it was $10, and a lot of people signed up and a lot of people did nothing. So I want you to be really careful if your goal is just to sign up people, because I would say let's shift that thinking to how many people do you want to add to your team who want to do Mary Kay as a business, okay? Or who want to get a discount, at which time when they're signing up, I urge you to have already facialed them, even if it's virtually, and already got an order from them so that they have ordered over $450 and they can at least put in their minimum order and get their discount and be an active consultant on your team. Don't just sign people up. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help them. It doesn't help you. It can add to a lot of frustration. And if you're not sure about it, call me. Let's talk about it before let me have a call with them. Like, let's talk about them to see what's best for them, because I don't want you to give up a great customer or somebody that's going to buy Mary Kay from you to sign them up and then have them not even order, not even get their own products. So let's make sure we know what our intention is when we're adding team members. And when there's a great deal like this, I mean, it's a great deal at 35. It's a really great deal at 20. So let's just make sure that we're real clear on that and our intention is set in the right direction. If you had an intention of selling, a sales goal, like, honestly, I love it when a sales goal is $300 a week, because you're always going to be a star consultant and get so many perks from the company. But maybe your goal is to sell $450 in the entire month. That's like just a little over $100 a week typically. And that will allow you to always stay active. So maybe that's your goal. Or maybe your goal is to actually show up in your business. And when I say show up in your business, it's showing up. Like, how are you presenting yourself? I went to a new hair person, and like it kind of makes me crazy. I actually had talked to him about cutting my hair a certain way. I cut my bangs today. I layered my hair today because I asked him to do it and he didn't do it. And I know what I want it to look like, and I know what I want it to be when I'm, doing a video or doing a picture or whatever. And the color and how I wanted it. And I've already got the gray coming out. Now, if you are happy with gray hair, there's so many people, like even when I went in, he's like, oh, because I have so much gray. I have so much gray. And he was like, have you ever thought about going all gray? And I'm like, no. And so it was so funny because after my hair got all done and he's like, oh yeah, I don't think you're ready for, gray. And I'm not, but that doesn't mean you aren't, or that doesn't, I mean, there's a lot of people with beautiful gray hair, beautiful silver hair, but they also have readjusted their colors. They've readjusted their makeup. And that's the thing. If I became a redhead, I would change what I'm doing. I would change it. So I want you guys to look in the mirror, and I want you to figure out what it is you need, because you are a beauty expert. Even if you're just using the products by yourself, are you showing up for Mary Kay? Are you being that brand ambassador? There was a huge thing this morning. I was brushing my teeth and getting ready, and there was this big thing on the news about, I can't even remember. It was some makeup brand. I never heard of it. And it's been around a long time, but they've revamped. And the really big thing right now, you guys, is legacy brands. Now, I know they talked about this at our Mary Kay leadership in January. So they are always ahead of the trends. Legacy brands are the hot ticket item. So when you are posting things from today forward, I want you to put hashtag legacy brand in everything, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on Facebook. Even if you're texting somebody, I'm going to challenge you to end your text with hashtag legacy brand. Okay, it is a keyword. It is a hot ticket item. And what that means is that people feel safe because this brand was something their moms used or their grandmothers used. And right now, there's whatever this brand was. They had a different product line, and they actually closed their door on that and relaunched, but it's the same name. It's the same company name. And so there's all these young girls, high school girls, college girls that know the brand. Does that sound like another brand that you guys know? Yes, it does. So legacy brand is a hot thing. And what they were talking about too. Now, I am not big on fragrances. I mean, I love our fragrances, but I don't sell a lot of them. And it was so interesting because they were saying right now that was the number one thing that was getting sold from this company right now. Like today, it's fragrances, and it's fruity, florally. It's young girls buying fragrances. You guys, our fragrances are priced at such a affordable price point. Are you talking about it? Are you wearing it? Are you walking around with it? Do you have a business card that you could spray the perfume in your purse and hand it to somebody? Are you doing that? Do you have a couple of things in your purse? Have you talked about, like, have you decided on your product of the month, and that is what you are going to talk about? That's what you're going to share about. You're going to have one in your purse wrapped up cute. Please, you guys, get creative and think about showing up in your business. All right. Okay. So second thing I want to talk about is I got a text message from one of the girls on the team. Thank you. Hashtag Wendy. Because I reposted. So that's the other thing. I have pictures in my camera. That's called your B-roll. I have pictures that I've taken for the last couple of years. Like, I've got pictures that I've saved, and I can reuse them, and I can put words on them. I can put music over them. I could change them. I could have a different thing. So I'd already used this picture for something else, and I posted it the other day with something, and Wendy had asked me what colors I was wearing, what lipstick I had on. Like, I'm going to have to go double check what look it was that I did. I don't exactly remember. I have a sneaking suspicion that the lipstick is the Coral Confetti. I think it was might have been a lip gloss. I don't know. I got to go look. It was either a lip gloss or Coral Confetti, because that's what I wear. But she was talking about looking for a neutral lip. Okay, I like to wear a bold lip. I just have gotten to that point. But today, I'm not wearing eyeshadows or cheek color. I'm wearing the highlighter and I am wearing highlighter and the contour. Okay, the bronzer. That's it. I'm wearing the bronzer. So I did a light dot of makeup, like of my foundation, and just blended in. I barely have any foundation on. I didn't even put, I'm kind of shiny because I didn't even put powder on. It was just the foundation. And that's the other hot ticket item right now. It's minimal makeup. People want minimal makeup. So this is minimal. This was just, I mean, it could be a CC cream. It could be your foundation, just a dot of it that I blended in. It's not perfect. I didn't do it all over like I normally do it. And then I just did, now I did do my regular mascara and eyeliner, but this is just highlighter and bronzer. That is what people want. So I always have my go-to lipstick. I have my Paparazzi Pink or my Orange Mio that are limited edition. They're not even available. I have some so I can sell them, but don't wear something that's another brand and don't wear something that's limited unless you have it. Okay? But I'm going to tell you that different lipsticks and different lip liners will look different on you than they look on me. Okay? And it's up to you to find one that you like. And I want you to know that the different lip liner that you use will also change the color of the lipstick. Okay. So I also, because I was doing a little short video and I wanted to talk about minimal makeup, I grabbed a lip liner that I don't normally use. And I grabbed a lipstick that I don't normally use. In fact, I thought I had a demo and I had to go open one. So some of the new lipsticks that came out that are Supreme Hydrating, I mean, these are just like an upgraded lip gloss, you guys. They're so moisture filled. They're great, but they don't stay on. They have a little more color than a lip gloss. They're not as shimmery, shiny, right? So these are great, though, for summer. These are great for people that just want to have it in their purse. It's almost like a tinted lip balm. That's what, I mean, you could actually market it as a tinted lip balm, okay? Because it's got all that moisture in it, so it's going to moisturize your lips, but there's color in it, okay? Most of the new ones are a little more pink instead of, like the natural one it's pink. It's not natural, like neutral natural. And then Better Than Bare is a little bit more brown. So this is the Hushed Blush. Hushed Blush. So it's going to be a little more pinky, but I was going to do the Mauve Nude lip liner, but I chose the Beige Nude. Okay, so this is the Beige Nude. Beige Nude, Beige Nude. And then the Hushed Blush. So it's pretty neutral for me. Now I have bronzers on, so I'm a little tanner, right? If you're more fair, just know some of these are going to be darker or look darker on you. All right. So what if you took a pink lip liner and put it with the Hush Blush or the Better Than Bare? You see what I'm saying? So know that your lip liner absolutely can change the color of your lipstick. So I'm going to challenge you to, I mean, you guys, we only have 4 eyeliners, but we do have more lip liners. Okay. My favorites are the Mauve Nude and the Beige Nude. Last week I did a pink. I did the Pink Nude. But you know, when you find the one that works for you, and maybe that, like I did the lip liner last week with a lip, it was so pink to me. It was so out of my comfort zone. But then I took a picture and it looked good. But I would so get used to feeling uncomfortable. Get used to trying something. If you don't have the new lip liners, buy 1 or buy 2. Okay, buy 1 or buy 2 and decide which one you like best. and then find a lipstick. Now, maybe you like the other lipsticks. I mean, I do. I like our semi gel the best. But play around with some of these fun new ones and really, like I said, market it. Let people know. I don't ever want people to be disappointed. So if you let them know that the Supreme hydrating lipsticks are so hydrating that they're like an upgrade to a lip gloss, they're almost like a tinted lip balm, okay? They're going to then expect to not have a long-lasting lipstick. They're going to go into it knowing what they're buying, and they're going to be super happy because they're buying it for the moisture, not for it to be a long-lasting lipstick. Okay? You can also let them know they could color in their whole lip with a lip liner and have color that stays. Okay? So that's my training for this week. I hope you loved it. And now we're going to jump into Vision Quest chapter 2. Chapter 2. Okay, get a one-liner. Get a one-liner. I made it off the mountain and out of the Russian blizzard safely, but the fire that ignited in my heart was still burning. I started telling everyone about my idea. I was sure they'd all get excited about it too. Instead, I learned something crucial for every visionary. I met with a prominent Christian leader to share my idea. I spent 30 minutes sharing my newfound life goal, my big God idea. The man listened attentively. I told him every angle. I showed everything I could think of that might get him excited about the idea. He seemed to like it. Then came the death blow question. That's great. So what exactly are you doing? Grr, I just told you, dude, I thought as I smiled graciously. I walked away from that conversation learning an important lesson for anyone who has a vision. You need a clear, one-line explanation of what you are trying to accomplish. It took me weeks to bumble my way through it. I had to seek lots of counsel and share the idea with many people who gave me confused looks. But I finally came up with a simple one-line explanation. The next time someone asked me what I was trying to do, I had it down cold. I want to take people on spiritually focused adventure trips around the world. The best way to refine a one-liner is to say it over and over. Talk it out. Watch how people respond. Tap into elements that seem to consistently bring out the wow response in people as they listen. Narrow the vision down to the clearest possible explanation. I've heard it said, if it's a mist in your head, it will be a fog in the listener's head. It's true. You need a clear, concise explanation of what you are trying to accomplish. It cannot be foggy. I realized after lots of talking it through that my ultimate goal was to use travel to give people a bigger perspective on their lives. That was my problem to solve. Make sure you are very specific. Tell people what problem your vision is going to solve. You refine it in the process. Many people share their one-liners with me. I recently heard one that sounded something like this. Create strategic alliances that empower synergistic approaches to complex problem solving. I read it a few times trying to figure it out. I didn't want to discourage him. I had to be honest, though. That sounds amazing. Lots of fancy hip words, but what the heck does it mean? What are you trying to do? When I asked him some clarifying questions and we got down to the nuts and bolts, it became clear that he still didn't know exactly what he was trying to do. His one-liner had some glamour, but if no one understood his ultimate goal, it isn't serving its purpose. I know lots of missionaries who send me newsletters about their work. I'm confident they're doing something of value because I know them. However, even though I support them, I still have no idea what they do. Even when I directly ask them, I can't get a clear statement of their main focus. Some have shared that they're struggling to raise funds for some very good projects. I wonder if part of their challenge is that they haven't taken the time to define their vision. If you can develop a clear picture, others will get on board. We follow clear visions. When God gives you a dream or a problem to solve, it usually first appears in a general, overarching idea with very few specifics. You see a problem and you want to solve it. I only knew I wanted to help people have experiences that expanded their perspective. It wasn't super clear. I don't think anyone ever gets a vision for something amazing with all the details exactly laid out. It does take time. It takes talking it out. It takes honing in on exactly what you want to accomplish. Don't be afraid if your one-liner sounds too big or even impossible. William Wilberforce, a man who is considered to be largely responsible for ending the slave trade in most of the British Empire, had a huge vision. On October 28, 1787, he wrote out his one-liner. God Almighty has set before me two great objectives, the suppression of the slave trade and the reformation of morals. Seriously, Will? Think about this. That was a huge dream. Slavery was so prevalent in his time that I'm certain this goal seemed absolutely impossible, bordering on ridiculous. It would be like saying, I'm going to eliminate cigarette smoking. Guess what? It took 46 years, but it happened. Wilberforce saw slavery abolished in almost the entirety of the British Empire 3 days before he went to be with the Lord for eternity. He worked his entire life on that dream. A single mother I shared this concept with developed this one-liner. Raise kids who love Jesus and people. Have you seen the world that we live in? Talk about an impossible dream. But God placed that vision in her heart, and she is pursuing it with all she's got. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a one-liner for every area of your life. In fact, I'll be bold and say, I think you need one for every area of your life. I have the guys in my Summit Life Coaching program write one for family, one for finances, career, and ministry. It's amazing to see what happens when people write out their clear visions for their lives. God wants to give you a vision for every area of your life. Like we discussed, developing a one-liner isn't necessarily easy. It will take some time, some thought, and probably a few bumbled attempts at explaining it to people. Don't get discouraged if you're at this phase of the process right now. It will get clearer. As you keep explaining and exploring the problem you want to solve, you will eventually get to a place where you can clearly articulate what you're trying to accomplish. Once you've got your one-liner, run it past a few folks. See how they respond. Do they understand it? If not, you may need to keep honing it in. There is a problem that God has placed you on this earth to solve. You have a unique message to share with the world, and it will bring God glory. Pretty confident that you've got a good, clear one-liner? Then write it down. On the wall, an African friend visiting the U.S. pointed out how strange he thought it was that hospitals have a vision statement on their wall. Doesn't everyone know what hospitals are supposed to do? It's kind of funny when you think about it, but the fact is we all have the tendency to forget. I get into a routine and I forget why I'm doing what I'm doing all the time. That's why it's so important to write out your one-line vision. Write the vision, make it plain on tablets, so he may run who reads it. That's Habakkuk 2:2. I think the best possible thing you can do is write your one-liner out in a visible place and make it large. When I finally had my one-liner, I ran to the store. I picked up a black marker and a large poster board. Sound familiar? This was the beginning of a process I stumbled upon that has helped me navigate my way through many projects and visions that God has given me over the years. It's called a vision map. The concept isn't complicated, but it really helps me clarify my vision. Some people spend thousands of dollars on consultants, displays, and spreadsheets to explain their goal. Not me. Nope, I was one poor college student. I spent a few bucks, but it served the purpose. I stuck the poster board up on the wall of my bedroom, and this was how my vision map began. At the top, I wrote out my one-liner in big black letters. Take people on a spiritually focused adventure trip around the world. The vision greeted me every morning now. It was in front of me. It was clear. I had a tangible one-line goal to run with. Several people helped me nail it down. You'll probably need somebody to help you do the same. I discovered early on that if I was going to pull off this dream God placed in my heart, I needed some trusted advisors. You will too. Clarity is the most important thing. I can compare clarity to pruning in the garden. If you are not clear, nothing is going to happen. You have to be clear, then you have to be confident about your vision. And after that, you just have to put a lot of work in. Oh my gosh. So you guys, I had not read chapter 2. And clarity and vision, it's intention. It's just what I was talking about at the beginning of the training. So I love it because it narrows it down to a one-liner. And I think that that's so important that we get clear. One of the first things you can do is get clear on who you're talking to. Get clear who your perfect customer is. In our business of skincare and makeup, we could say, well, everybody has skin and everybody, blah, 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 right? But I want you to think about who you are and what giftings you have. What has God given you? And then think about who you are here to help. What is it that you want to do with your Mary Kay business for people? So who is your perfect client? I mean, I know that there's something God has put on my heart that I've been working on lately, and it's really working with girls that are middle school and high school age. Now, how perfect that Mary Kay came out with a skincare line that is for that age group. Like, we now have that skincare line for that age group. But I'm not here to sell to them. I'm here to be their guide and mentor. And so what are the things that they need and what are they looking for? And so I'm going to take who I am and what I do and then know who I'm speaking to. Now, could you be in a different, like say you were asked to speak somewhere, or say you were at an event, do you know who you are targeting when you speak? What is it? What is your one-liner? Who are you? What is your marketing? Because Mary Kay markets for themselves and they're Mary Kay. But why would somebody go to you? Who are you and how do you market yourself in this world where we have to stand out a little bit? What has God placed on your head and how can you take this business to help others? So I challenge you this week to jump on board, create a one-liner, know who you are and what you do, and where it's going with your business, and get that recording up on your phone. Figure out, again, if you're on Facebook but you're not solid, don't try to post on Instagram and don't try to post on TikTok. Like, why? There's not enough hours in the day. So figure out where you want to be, one or two, and then start working there. All right. I'm going to say a little prayer for you. I pray for you guys all the time, but now that we're not meeting with Ari all the time and not really having our out loud prayers, I'm just going to close in prayer tonight. And I just, I hope you guys reach out to me. I miss you. I'm excited for Career Conference this Friday and Saturday. I'm so excited. Irma Navarro is going with me. And you guys, you can show up in Anaheim and sign up at the door. So if you are a Spanish speaker, if you speak Spanish and you're not going to be lost in the Spanish, please jump over to Anaheim and meet with us and come and see us. Okay. All right. So dear Heavenly Father, I want to just thank you for this time to pour into the amazing women that you have gifted me in my life. I know that each and every one of them has been gifted other women in their lives. And I just pray that you can open our eyes and our hearts and our minds so that we can create our one-liner. We can set our vision, our intention, and know that we have a mission that you have poured into our heart. Maybe we're ignoring it. Maybe we're afraid to step into it. And I just pray, dear Lord, that all of these women will get the courage to reach up and to reach out and get any kind of guidance or help that they need, knowing that I'm here to mentor and love on them and guide them through this Mary Kay world. And you are there to put that vision and their dream in their heart. I know that all of them are capable of bigger things. And I know that there are so many people that they can help and touch. And I just ask you, dear Lord, to lift up our energy levels and lift up our courage, open our mouths and our voices and lift us to new heights in our Mary Kay businesses. In all of this, we ask in your Son's name, in Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen. All right, guys, you have a fantastic week. Let's finish out March strong. All right. Love you guys. Bye.